Hey everyone, welcome back to episode 27 of Legally Teaching Engineer Sports. I am Dylan, and this is Wednesday, March 22nd, and I am here with Samuel and Maxwell.
What up? What up?
Very nice. You guys ever go by your full names, Samuel and Maxwell?
It's my signature line at work.
Nice. All right.
Only when our mom is mad at me, or on the first day of school, because they read the roster and it says Maxwell, so you gotta be like, yeah, I'm here, but I go by
Oh,
Max.
Max, that's a great point, though. As like a teaching, are you gonna be Mr. Loga, Mr. L, Max?
Max.
You gonna be a cool teacher?
Yeah, they're gonna call me. That could be a story for another time, but they can call me Mr. Loga.
All right.
Yeah,
Welcome
I'm
to
going.
episode 27. March Madness Management. Yes, we talked about March Madness last week, but March Madness is too amazing to not have it pop up twice in a row. So we're doing a little March Madness Management. We're going to do a recap of our brackets, basically why we did what we did. Maybe see where things stand currently in the March Madness tournament. Recap some of the games. Do a little discussion about going forward. We're going to make the Sweet 16. We're going to do new brackets. We're going to make picks for this coming weekend, and obviously the Final Four and what we like. And March Madness also includes a little college hockey, right, Sam? That's a nice
Of
jersey.
course.
Hey,
Love it.
So we're gonna do a college hockey bracket. We're gonna do the 16 teams, pick them out, and then we'll finish up with our locks. Get out of here with a quote, and obviously there's gonna be a little round table and some Serenity Now. So with that, we have a. Oh, by the way, we have a. I've taken the hat off, thrown it over to Sam. He instantly threw it away. Max found the hat. DJ.
hey, shout out to
Maximus.
DJ Maximus. If I want to go by my full name, but shout out to KEI. Hell of a performance on Saturday, fellas.
Max with his first ever DJ performance. He actually got paid for it. So
I did, yeah.
congratulations. But you are now the music man on
Hey,
LT. Yes. So
let's get it started.
You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up.
All right, that's good enough for that.
You know Max is a real DJ when he goes top of the screen, one finger all the way down. That's such a DJ move.
Hey,
I like it. Yeah. Vast improvement already. So I think like the first thing we got to talk about that makes me think pump it up. How about that Trey Turner grand slam on Saturday night to beat Venezuela? That was electric.
did you hear what they said? He goes, yeah, playing in a World Series had nothing on that. He's like the electric factory. I guess that was I mean, it looked wild in Miami, and when he hit that bomb, the stadium just erupted. So it looks sweet. And he's like, yeah, it was louder than a World Series game.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
As
Yeah, I'm
it
not
should
going to
be.
Miami after the Marlins.
nice.
But so Japan and Mexico are playing right now. There might be first pitch here pretty soon. It's Monday right now. We're doing this. So the championship game will be tomorrow before this gets aired. USA versus the winner of Japan Mexico, who they already lost to Mexico, so it could be a really good game.
Yeah.
But who do you guys got there?
All right. So if Japan wins, I'm gonna take. This may sound bad, but I'm gonna take Japan because they already stated that they're gonna save Shohei Ohtani to pitch against the U.S. So I'm gonna put my money there. But if it's Mexico, I think the U.S. gets redemption on them. So
Sam?
Haven't followed a lick of it, but I'll obviously go USA.
It's honesty. So that's good. I'm going to go USA as well, but I think it's going to be Japan. USA over Japan.
okay.
That's where I'm rolling. But all right, good stuff. Sam, do you have anything kind of random that you want to bring up from the last week or so?
I mean, random, no. The last week of my life has just been March Madness, so I'll save it.
All right, fair enough. Max.
Yeah. So All right. I'm gonna save the other thing, but World Baseball Classic. Dude, what do you guys think about this? So there's players and team managers and stuff complaining about their players going and playing in this and saying it's not worth it. And there's been some recent big injuries that have occurred, which have raised some red flags. And I know people are like on the fence about if their superstar should go and play and stuff. Like the closer for the Mets just tore his Achilles, so he's done for the year. Jose Altuve just broke his thumb, so he's out for like 4 months. So, would you guys, if you had the chance to go play for the U.S., would you play?
Of course. It's a sport that you love. Why wouldn't you play? Getting hurt's always a possibility. I feel like sitting because you might get hurt in an activity that's still a championship, like you still win a trophy, you still earn something, is kind of lame. It's soft.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I would play too, but I get it because it's their job to play in Major League Baseball. And
Do
that's
they
what
not? Do they not still get paid if they're hurt?
No, some don't. It's definitely not. No, they don't. You get terminated. So
Okay, Jose Altuve is still going to get paid. Whoever ruptured his Achilles is still going to get paid if you're a big enough name. LeBron James isn't not getting paid for sitting on the bench.
yeah, and if you're not a big enough name and you get hurt at the World Baseball Classic, and then what?
Well, you're not a big enough name, so that was your only time playing anyway. So who cares?
I mean, I see where both parties. I know as a player, I would be like, hell yeah, I'm gonna go put the USA jersey on, and I'm gonna go win, like basically like the Olympic gold for my country, basically. But then as a manager and as an owner, I'd be like, no, you're gonna sit your ass in Boca Raton or Clearwater, Florida, or Lakeland, and catch some rays, and you're gonna eat sunflower seeds for me. So I see it on both sides.
I feel like I'm playing either way. I'm just playing a little devil's advocate there with it. Because I mean, it is people's livelihood, right? So
Exactly.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And speaking of getting the bag and making money, how about the Lions again? Getting Gardner Johnson from the Eagles, the most interceptions in NFL last year. So the Lions made some great pickups in the defensive backfield. Sutton, and then Mosley, and now Gardner Johnson. So I like everything the Lions are doing. They also got a Pro Bowl long snapper today. So hell yeah.
All the key parts, they're coming together.
And
right.
Graham Glaswell, he's coming back home. He went to Denver. But you see what he signed in today for the Lions or yesterday?
Michigan Polo.
His Michigan Polo.
Sweet. Very cool. Yeah, heck yeah. And then I guess the only thing else I wanted to bring up is that we're literally only 10 days away from opening day. The Tigers start in Tampa Bay, Florida, so it's kind of fortunate for them. So they're going to shift from the bottom right side of the state, or however you're looking at it, to the other side in Tampa. So pretty cool. Short drive, and that's where they get to start the season.
When's
March
opening day in Detroit?
6th, so the following Thursday.
Of April?
Yep.
Better wear your winter jackets.
Yeah, and they host the Boston Red Sox, so should be a good one. All right, Max. Anything else for this roundtable?
No, I had two things written down, but I'm gonna shift my roundtable to our March Madness talk.
All right, I know Sam's full-blown March Madness, which I respect and hold dearly, so I love that. All right, well, then let's shift right into this Dylan Serenity Now. Once again, Serenity Now is sponsored by Mr. Picky's Lawn Service. Spring is coming. It's actually the first day of spring today. This is Monday, so the 20th. Spring. Happy spring, guys.
Spring has sprung.
Spring has sprung. And Mr. Picky, well, what does Mr. Picky do in the spring, guys?
Spring cleanup.
Spring cleanup. Picks those leaves up. So if you need some leaves picked up in the greater Haskell County area, more like more kind of like the Taos area, reach out to us, and maybe we'll reach out to someone that knows Mr. Picky. All right. My Serenity Now segment this week. I'll be honest, it's Purdue basketball. Purdue men's basketball, to be specific. Yeah, I mean, second ever 1 seed to lose to a 16 seed, Fairleigh Dickinson. It's awesome for them. Great story. No disrespect there. Purdue, though, more specifically to the gentleman at the United Center about 13 days ago, who looked me dead in the eye and told me that Purdue's going to win it all, and they're the best player in the country on the team, in Zach Edey. And he can't wait to watch him play in the tournament and go to the Final Four. Huh. Well, Matt Painter, I just don't know, man. You continue to win Big Ten titles. You won the conference tournament this year. You won the regular season Big Ten championship, and you proceed to lose in the first round. So lost a 16 seed this year, right? What seed they lose to last year, guys?
I believe it was a 14,
15.
15. Okay.
And the year before that,
13 or 14.
13 is correct. That's 3 straight years of getting bounced by a 13, a 15, and a 16. Wolf. I don't know. And the last point about Purdue basketball Serenity Now in this. They have the most wins ever by a college basketball team in March Madness games without ever having won a March Madness championship. 44 wins.
Oh my God.
Serenity Now.
Oh.
But I mean, like, shout out to Fairleigh Dickinson. That was awesome. I will say that it's an. I know Sam. Obviously, it was Sam because it wasn't Max. I posted a story where Sam was calling the shot that he picked for the Dickinson.
I didn't pick it. I said some might say he called it. I didn't, you know.
I mean, and it was really cool. So I was boots on the ground in Greensboro, and I was live during Kentucky. It was Kentucky. Shitballs. Who did Kentucky beat? Providence. And they literally kept going back to Fairleigh Dickinson and Purdue on the big jumbotron.
Really?
And they would literally boo when they took it off to like have like the live action. It's hilarious. So that was really cool. But yeah, all right. So a little March Madness time, I think. It was I don't know. Let's just go with your initial thoughts, boys. So we are obviously the first weekend's over. We have our Sweet 16 teams. What are your initial first thoughts?
I thought it was solid. It was solid 2 days, solid 4 days, whatever you want to say. Honestly, they kept on saying, you know, it's a very unpredictable season, yet I don't know. Like, there weren't that big of upsets. You know, you had the 16 and the 15, but it just didn't seem like, well, I mean, Virginia turning it over was something else, but I don't know. It had its moments.
So not as upsettable is the way Sam sees it. Okay.
Yeah.
I think it was as upsettable as you can probably get. I mean, what more could you really want? You had your eights losing to your nines, which is like toss up. You had those. You had your big bangers, like the 16s are the ones. You had Virginia shooting themselves in the foot when
I guess
everybody
my thing
watching
is,
in the nation thinks they're gonna win. I
I
mean,
wasn't surprised by it, is the thing. I guess that's what I would say. Is I wasn't surprised to watch Virginia shoot themselves in the foot or Purdue lose to a 16 seed. Like, come on, it's
How
Purdue.
many times has a 16 seed won, Sam?
Now twice. And honestly, the way FDU came out and was just balls to the wall against Purdue, I thought they had it in the bag from the get-go.
I was a little surprised.
honestly, so we're had the fellas over sitting downstairs watching FDU play and Purdue. Kept checking the live odds, right? They started at I don't even know who even knows what they started at. Something absurd. But like at halftime, they're still plus like 2,000. And we're like, yeah, let's just put a couple bucks on that and see what happens. I mean, nobody did it. We should have.
Yeah, bam.
It was just nobody, even the bookies in Vegas who somehow out there can see the future in life, didn't even give them respect. So I mean, it's pretty wild.
Somebody put multiple $1,000s down on Fairleigh Dickinson. I want to say like 30, and they ended up winning like they won a boatload of money, like 100 and something, 150,000 something. Wild. So the one person in the world did.
So all right, since we're talking about them so much, have you guys heard about their like season and what they have to do?
Nope. Fill us in.
So on Tuesdays and Thursdays, they have to have whisper practices because they share the gym with a Pilates class. So they're not allowed to make noise. So they have to have whispering practices Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then on like Mondays and Wednesdays during their workouts, they can't have music in their gym because they have a psych class down the hall that can hear the music and distract them. So they have to wear headphones during those lifts. And then they used to sleep on the bus instead of getting hotel rooms on overnight stays to save money.
Wow.
That's
Wild.
D1 struggle is like insane.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy. And like, I don't know.
And Max, you made the point
even
a couple
did that.
episodes. They weren't even supposed to be there. The team that was supposed to be there's on a sabbatical or whatever you want to call it. They can't play in the tournament. That's the craziest thing.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, so they lost the conference tournament. They finished second, and they lost the conference tournament, and then they don't have a band. So at the first four, they had someone else's band there, and high schoolers I think were their band. And then at the tournament, it was Dayton, University of Dayton came.
Wasn't it Dayton at the first four? 'Cause it was at their campus.
It was high schoolers, I think.
Oh, okay. That's still
Yeah.
funny though.
That just makes the Purdue thing even worse. They lost in Columbus, where they play so often. That's not even a difficult location to go to.
No, I agree. I mean, makes it worse and more surprising. So, speaking of surprising, Max, if at any point you want to play music, you just play it, and we'll just stop talking. That's how that's.
It's okay.
Maximus.
It's okay.
All right. Another surprise, a big surprise. One of the worst. Okay, this is probably the worst thing I've ever had happen to me in March Madness. So, I made the last second decision kind of to fly down south to go watch basketball this weekend, right? So Thursday night, I made the trek. I went and grabbed a quick brewski out the airport bar. I was watching Arizona Princeton. The second half just started. So we like loaded on the plane. I was one of the last ones on. No big deal. Whatever. I have a backpack. I shit you both not. With like 30 seconds to go, we're starting to to put the wheels back. No, it's probably like a minute 30. Wheels are going back. We're finally going forward. As we're going up in the air, Arizona officially loses, who is my champion of my March Madness bracket. And we are as it's going up, it cuts out and I lose all my service. And I'm just sitting there going, that was probably one of the suck. I just stared off into space for like a solid 20, it's like 15 minutes. I was like, huh.
How long was the flight?
That was a couple hours. I mean, it was tough sledding. It was it called for Bacardi and diet there pretty quickly.
That's funny. Oh, that's not funny, but it is funny. Like the story is funny.
I'll tell you. So let's get into our brackets a little bit. This is the worst bracket I've ever done officially. You know, I bragged about how many brackets I won the week before. This is easily the worst one. And it's just the luck of it. I mean, I had Arizona winning it, had Purdue in the Final Four. People had Marquette in the Final Four now hurting. Shout out to Michigan State. Last Big Ten team, so hopefully they can go make a run. I think they get Kansas State, but they might be able to make it the Final Four. They're favorites in that region now. So, but yeah,
As they should be. They're playing in Columbus. Are they still in Columbus for this?
Now they're in New York.
Come to the God.
Okay.
The
So
Garden.
still not bad.
No, not bad. So yeah, what do you think of your bracket, Sam? How's your bracket doing?
Honestly, I was impressed with how well it's gone so far. Picked a couple upsets that actually happened. Made it until Marquette. Marquette was my biggest loss. That one hurt the most. Indiana kind of hurt. But Marquette was a sore one. They were in my final game. So other than that, though, I mean, I'm still in it within our LTES one. The funniest part is I think it's Mom. It has to be because I don't know anybody else that's ESPN fan 62777.
It is Mom.
8156.
It is Mom because she told me she picked Gonzaga to win it all, and
Yeah, that's 100%
down the
Mom
list.
first
She's
place.
the only one that has Gonzaga. So
not only is she in first place, she also has the most points left available as well.
A 98% bracket. That's the first time I'm really looking at it. Like, holy moly! Shout out to Mrs. L.
yeah.
And also, just a huge congratulations to everybody except for, I mean, Dylan, you're dangerous there, and so is Brian about possibly not beating the LTES coin flip bracket.
I'm not losing to the coin flip. I'm not losing to Bodie, and I'm not losing to Brian. I could.
You can't lose to Bodie.
Can't lose to Bodie. I'm not losing to the coin flip. They picked UNC Asheville.
Hey man, the coin, it decided.
Another crazy upset was that Kansas game. I'm looking at the thing. I see Phillips has them. He loves Kansas, but it was just a different game. Max, how's your bracket going? What do you think?
So for our LTS one, I still sit pretty. I got a good max left. I got Texas. I only have 2 out of the 4 Final Four teams left, so that's not ideal, but I still have a lot of points to earn, so that's sweet. And then like our other ones, like we did one for our hockey team. I'm struggling there. Texas is my champion in that one, but it's been a rough year. It's been a rough year.
Yeah, that's true. Before we get to our Sweet 16 picks, I do want to say, so more about the games themselves. So there were some crazy ups like Princeton. Shout out to Princeton. They're still in the Sweet 16 as a 15 seed. That's wild, generally speaking. That's cool. Florida Atlantic obviously beating Fairleigh Dickinson, kind of a bummer. I wanted Fairleigh Dickinson there.
Did you watch that final play too? I want Florida Atlantic to get absolute smashed by Tennessee, like 80-20.
360 missed dunk.
I
Yeah.
hope Tennessee just drives it down their throat
I mean, I
and
hope
just
Tennessee
murders
does.
them.
Did you know though? So that dunk, that missed dunk, the over would have hit if he makes it.
That's why he did it. He definitely knew it. He just didn't want to lay it in. That kid had money on the over.
And then another crazy. So if you don't see here's my shirt, just cover Barstool shirt.
That's sweet.
Oh yeah, I remember
That is sick.
I was going through the rigor yesterday trying to remember they were just kids. That was tough. I wasn't happy with these kids. But did you guys see the TCU shot last night? The down 6, pulled up from half court and hit it as time expired, and they were +4.5, so they covered.
Yep.
Wild.
Good teams.
No, that was
win.
way past my bedtime.
Good teams win. Great teams cover.
Great teams cover. Okay, so back to the game I was at in person, Kennesaw State, the Owls. I learned a new yeah, they choked, but I learned a new sweet awesome thing. Yeah, and they chant, the whole crowd like chants, "You don't want to go to war with the Owls." It's not very good singing, but it was hype. It was really cool. We were like in the Kennesaw State family section. It was a pretty cool experience. Yeah, they choked and it sucked. But then all the Kennesaw State fans left, and Matt and I were able to go sit like row 1 on the court, basically. So that was pretty electric for Iowa State Pitt. So
That is pretty sick.
it was. And then Kentucky, great fan base. Oh my gosh, the Kentucky Big Blue Nation, like all around chance. And I was happy to see them lose their next game though. So.
Again, not a far drive at all. They really gifted that Columbus area to some very close people.
Yeah, so I was in Greensboro, but yeah.
Yeah, even still, even Greensboro wasn't like
No.
there was not a lot of traveling done this year.
No, I agree. I guess any other thoughts from the either of you as I don't know, let's just a little bit back to the brackets. So when you were picking your brackets, what it was going through your minds? We couldn't really talk about them last week and stuff like that because we didn't want to like tell our picks. So I chose Arizona because I looked like I knew people were going to take Alabama. They did. I knew people were going to take Houston. They did. And I was like, who's that team I think could win? I really did think Arizona could do it. They have a very good ball handler who just never showed up, and they have a big man who just got shut down randomly, just couldn't make anything. So that's why I went with them. And then I picked Xavier to the Final Four because they can score. But why'd you do what you did, Max?
So I guess I have 3 out of the 4 teams left. I was looking at the wrong bracket. I got Bama, Gonzaga, and Texas all still alive for my Final Four in the LTS one. And I took Texas to win it all because honestly, they're athletes. They're gonna go get buckets no matter what. And I don't think Houston's very good. I don't think Houston plays teams like Texas does on the regular. And Xavier is the same thing. The Big East isn't what it used to be, and it's not. So that's why I kind of base my thing off of like picking wise. I think about the regular season stuff. Like Gonzaga, I would never in my right mind pick Gonzaga to win a national championship because they played San Francisco. Their only game throughout the year is St. Mary's. That's not a challenge. Then they come up and play. What you said?
I said I love this. You're like basically talking shit to our mom, but hell yeah.
If my mom beats me, I will bow down to her and kiss her feet because that is a legendary pick. But for reasons like Bama, like I respect Bama. I can see winning it. They've got some dogs.
They're nasty.
They got shooters. They got what's his name, Miller,
Brandon Miller.
Yeah, he's an all-around great player. Like,
and he packs heat, so like
literally, he's a good shooter. Literally. So,
yeah.
So yeah. All right, Sam, why'd you pick UConn?
I mean, it was pretty simple. The ESPN commercial.
Fair enough. All right. We have our brackets still, and we're gonna root for those. I have an outside shot. If Xavier gets to the Final Four, and I need Xavier, and then UConn. I'm with you, Sam. I need Xavier. If I get that somehow, I have a chance still getting money some places. But just because we are what we are, we're gonna do a Sweet 16 bracket. So grab your brackets or whatever you did to make this, and we're gonna start in the top left, so the Bama spot. So this weekend, starting off on Thursday and Friday, I think these are Friday games. We have Alabama against San Diego State and Creighton versus Princeton. Sam, who you got there?
Yeah, I mean, I picked Bama, but I could see San Diego State doing it. But we'll go with Alabama, and then we'll go with Creighton. Creighton looked really good the other day. As long as they live and die by the three, I love that style. So,
Yeah, so I'm gonna go now. No, give me a winner between those, Sam.
and then I would go. Honestly, I picked Alabama, but I really could see Creighton pulling it off. Honestly, I haven't watched much of Alabama's games, but I watched Creighton and they looked solid.
Yeah, Alabama's really good. Sam, you and I are exactly the same. I took Alabama at Creighton and Creighton to beat Bama. Um, I think if Creighton shoots like they shot, good luck. But Bama does
Yeah.
play super duper good defense, so I don't know.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but Creighton does have they had like the giant dude down low, right?
Yeah.
Too, like that 7-footer, like that's
Yeah.
such a game changer. And he was good.
No.
He got rebounds and
Winner or
tips.
something. Yeah.
Did you know he had the best field goal percentage out of anybody in Division One basketball this year?
No, but I believe that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because he's right around the rim.
Yep.
Yeah.
Max, what do you got over there?
I have the same exact, so I have Bama and Creighton, but I have Bama beating Creighton. It's going
Smart. All right, we're gonna pick up the pace a little. We're gonna go top right. So we have 2 Creightons and 1 Bama in the Final Four. Top right, Max, what you got? Houston, Miami, Florida, Xavier, Texas.
Yep, give me Houston and Texas. And I'll tell you, I'm going to win. It's going to be Texas beating Houston.
All right.
I'm going to little brother them real quick.
I agree. I'm going Miami, Florida, though. Shout out to Anthony and his hurting Hurricanes. And then I'm going Texas, and I'm also picking Texas to the Final Four. Hook 'em horns.
Houston, Texas, Houston.
Houston. All right. We've got a little variety. I like it. Bottom right now, we've got Arkansas, UConn. Interesting matchup. I think that's some athletes out there. And then Gonzaga, UCLA battle of the West.
I literally picked this perfect, by the way.
Did you really?
This I have Arkansas, UConn, Gonzaga, UCLA.
I had Illinois instead of Arkansas, so damn it. But good stuff. Good job. Who you got now? I'm going to pick UConn.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay. Like Arkansas, I said it in the episode that I could see them going really deep as an 8 seed, and I stand by that. But yeah, I want UConn, UCLA, then UConn.
Okay, I'm doing the same thing. UConn, UCLA, UConn. Max?
UConn, UCLA,
UCLA. Knew it. Nice. Good picks. All right. Bottom
you need
left.
that to happen, Max.
I know.
Max, you get a start this time. We have got Florida Atlantic and Tennessee, and then Kansas State and Michigan State.
So give me Tennessee for the same reason Sam said earlier. I hope Tennessee shoves it down their throats. And then, sorry, Sparty, I think Kansas State, it's got some dogs, and I like their locker room videos. You guys seen them like clapping to the beat and stuff? I think that's sweet.
They got swag.
Yeah, so I'll give me Kansas State for that whole reason. Like, I wouldn't mind seeing Michigan State make a run, but I like Kansas State kind of backing them. And then give me Kansas State to the Final Four.
Okay. Sam.
Exact same as Max. Give me Tennessee, Kansas State. And my reason for Kansas State's their fit is so clean. That like lilac purple warm. Ooh, clean.
I saw like multiple people like it. I saw some people that hated it. I like it. I agree. I like it. Yeah. I'm actually doing Tennessee. We all picked Tennessee. But I'm taking Michigan State. I think. I don't know why. They're scary right now. They're hot. If
They're
they
good.
shoot, shooting, good luck. Like Tyson Walker.
They're not missing. That's the
Joey
thing,
Howard,
right? They're not missing, and they play good D.
Yep. And then, but I think Tennessee gets them. I think Tennessee is a top 4 team. Everyone got nervous because their point guard tore his ACL. He's out. They're still a top 4 team, probably. Like
Max is the reason I didn't pick them. He's like, they're coming in bad. They don't got a thing. I stuck in my head.
Yeah,
Otherwise, I would have
they
had them
lost 4-6 before the tournament, and then they looked real good. But I also think Duke was really overrated. I don't think Duke's that good. So Tennessee to the Final Four. We're gonna do our picks, boys. I'm starting it. I'm going an all orange final game. I'm going Tennessee versus Texas. Texas to win it all. Sam.
UConn, Kansas State, and obviously I want UConn to win, but I would be okay if Kansas State won. That'd be cool too. So
All right, Huskies and Tigers. Yes.
Wildcats.
Wildcats. Nice. Max.
All right, so I'm going to go Bama over Kansas State, UCLA over Texas. Go Bruins, UCLA.
All right, so we've got Texas, UCLA, and UConn in our re-bracket brackets. I like it. All right, boys. That's good stuff. Before we get to our college hockey bracket, let's get a shout out from Stay Dreaming Designs.
All right, guys. As we mentioned earlier, spring has officially sprung, and that means 15% off your purchase at Stay Dreaming Designs. We currently have signs, decors, shirts. Be sure to follow along on Instagram to see new products drop every day. We'll keep you guys informed when new things come out.
Love it. Excellent. Thank you, Sam. Stay Dreaming Designs, a great place for great shirts and great people to make them. All right. Hockey. Sam wasn't aware we were doing the hockey picks until about 18 minutes ago. But I think he focused up enough. And before we get there, DJ Maximus might have something.
In heaven there is no fear. That's why we drink it here.
Hey,
When we're gone from here, all our friends will be drinking all our beer.
drinking all the beer. Which college hockey band plays that song?
Let's go Huskies.
Minnesota.
Michigan Tech.
Michigan Tech.
There it is. Let's start down there. So
Alright.
we've got a bracket. It's basically the Sweet 16 of college basketball for those who don't know. College hockey, it's electric. We've got games Thursday, Saturday, Friday, Sunday this weekend. Michigan is out in Allentown. Max will be there. Dylan might be there. It's only an hour away from Anvil, so root for him, boots on the ground, Max. Let's go blue.
Yep.
But we're gonna start in that same one because Michigan Tech, the Huskies, who play with the great band, they'll be there.
They will.
We'll
Hopefully they bring them.
Hopefully. We're gonna start with Michigan versus Colgate. Colgate also was in the NCAA tournament for basketball. They didn't do well. They got whomped. How do they do against Michigan hockey, boys?
So for those that really don't know, Colgate had to win their conference tournament, so they had to play the max games. They came in as the last seed in their tournament, and Cinderella story. But Michigan's gonna shellac them. I ain't give you an exacto score. It's gonna be 5-1.
I love it. There it is.
Yeah, I'll double down with you, Max. Yeah, Michigan for sure. Gonna put
Yeah.
the womp.
I think Michigan wins by 4 or 5 goals as well.
Yeah.
Who does Michigan play? Who does Michigan have to beat to get to the Frozen Four? Penn State or Michigan Tech?
I
Michigan
want to
Tech.
say Michigan Tech, but I think Allentown, like Dylan said, is only like 2 hours, 2.5 from Happy Valley, and I think it's going to be a lot of blue and white walking around. So I think they'll be juiced up, but I'm going to say Michigan Tech.
Ooh, I'm going Nittany Lions. Michigan beats the Nittany Lions.
Yeah.
Sam.
Yeah, Michigan Tech. Mainly because I think Michigan versus Michigan Tech would be a good game.
I like it.
I'll take Michigan out of that one as well, though.
All right. In the interest of time, we are now going to just kind of give the winners of the games and then who wins between the two of them. So we'll go back to top left with Minnesota, the Minnesota region, with Canisius, St. Cloud State, and Minnesota State. So I have Minnesota beating Canisius, and I have St. Cloud State beating Minnesota State, with Minnesota going back to the Frozen Four for back-to-back years. Sam.
I'm gonna do what I done on this. I got Michigan teams are gonna go Minnesota versus Minnesota State, and we're gonna take Minnesota.
All right. I like it. Max.
I'm the same as Sam. Give me Minnesota over Canisius and Minnesota State over St. Cloud State. And I think Minnesota ultimately gets to go on vacation in Tampa.
Yeah, Minnesota's pretty good. All right, bottom left, we have the Denver region with Denver playing Cornell and Boston University playing Western Michigan. Give me Denver to beat Cornell, the 4th overall seed, and then give me Boston to beat Western Michigan. And then Denver goes back to the Frozen Four. So we have three. Right now, I have 3 teams in back-to-back Frozen Fours with Denver, Michigan, and Minnesota. Max.
Shoot.
So for that, give me Denver. Denver's very good. But I don't think they're that. And then give me Western. Western has the leading scorer in all of NCAA. It's a dog. It's their captain. Then give me Western to get to Tampa.
All right.
Give me the Broncos.
I like it. Sam.
You said Denver's good, so we'll take Denver. And then I think Boston U. And then give me Boston U to actually make it there.
I like that. All right. The last region, bottom right, we have Quinnipiac, whom I'm pretty sure Michigan whomped on last year. Max saw that game.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay. They're playing Merrimack. We already had a shout out to. And then Harvard against Ohio State. Quinnipiac's the 2 overall seed, the number 3 team in the country, technically. Give me the mega upset. Merrimack takes down Quinnipiac, and then give me Harvard to beat Ohio State. Harvard to the Frozen Four.
I respect that.
Same, Dylan, except give me Quinnipiac because I love saying Quinnipiac. Great word.
Sure.
And then Harvard in the Frozen Four.
All right, Max.
So, for the reason I watched Quinnipiac play last year and they didn't seem that good. So, even though they're number 2 this year, I don't know. Give me Merrimack out of that one. Give me Harvard. Can't pick Ohio State. And then give me Merrimack.
Merrimack.
Give me Merrimack.
I like it. So, our matchups in the Frozen Four. Well, I'm not exactly sure what you're looking at, but my matchups will eventually result in a rematch of who Michigan lost to last year. If Denver and Michigan in the final game, Michigan gets revenge and wins the national championship 2023. Go Blue. Sam, who you got?
I think it's going to be a classic Big Ten matchup. Michigan, Minnesota. Michigan wins.
Let's go. A Big Ten title rematch. That was a great game. Michigan beat Minnesota. Electric. Max, where are you going?
Give me the Michigan men. Western somehow is going to find a way. It's going to be a gritty Frozen Four game for them. Play Michigan. Give me Michigan again.
Go Blue.
Go Blue.
Here it is, baby. I know. Obviously we're homers, but I really think Michigan has a good chance. I put a bet back down on Michigan to win it all, probably a month and a half, 2 months ago. So
the thing is, I think last year they had all those superpowers and all the pressure was on them.
Yep.
This year, they're just dogs going out and having a good time and saying, "Hey, we're here."
They got a little more grind to them. They got the captain, 27.
Moyle.
They got Dylan Duke, their defenseman. Obviously they have the skill in Hughes, and then Seamus Casey. You got freshmen just coming around right now, like Rucker McGroarty. You still have Sam Iskevich. They're loaded. I think they do it, so I'm excited for that. Good stuff, boys. So we have some time left. Let's make some picks. We got some time for picks. Sam and Max, you guys went a combined 8-1 last week, so good job. Max, you are still 2 games. No, I did not add your thing right. You are now 1 game above 500. Sam, you are 4 games above 500. I went 500, 3-3, so I'm 63 and 69. So it's all right. Sam, give me some picks.
I told you I was going to bounce back last week. We're going to run it again. The combinations seem to work. So we're going to go basketball. We're going to take Tennessee over Florida Atlantic. And we're going to take Kansas State over Michigan State. For the NHL, I'm going to go with the Red Wings because season's coming to an end, so why not? Red Wings over the Blues. That's a Thursday night game. And then MLS, sending it back to Atlanta over Columbus Saturday. Atlanta's currently undefeated in their region. So
nice. I saw they whacked whoever you picked them to beat 5-1 last week. So that was a good pick.
Yeah, that was the last. That was a clean pick. Guaranteed pick.
All right, I like them. Max, what you got?
So, full disclosure, Utica lost UNE this weekend. I know if you guys didn't follow along, they lost in overtime. So you can dock me a pick there.
Yep, but, I think we do a win on that one.
No, they lost in overtime. But give me Kansas State over Michigan State on Thursday. It's plus 112. I like that. And then UConn -3 against Arkansas. I think they're dogs, like we've talked about. And then gotta go with my national champions, UCLA -2.5 against Gonzaga.
Good picks. I like it. I'm going to tail actually all of your basketball picks, maybe minus Kansas State, because I already said I think Michigan State wins that. But everything else, I like what you guys said. So I'm going to tail that. So give me all that. Give me USA to win the World Baseball Classic. It's going to already be a dub, so that's going to be a win for me. Give me the NIT. I don't know if anyone watched. Michigan had a monumental meltdown to end their year Saturday against Vanderbilt. Yeah, that's it. I'm going to stop talking about them. So Vanderbilt -2 versus UAB on Wednesday in the NIT. And then I already said I want Tennessee, but you guys did not mention Miami, Florida. Give me them +7 versus Houston on Friday. All right. Well, that's it, boys, for episode 27 of Legally Teaching Engineer Sports. I titled March Madness Management. I do have a quote. It comes from Charles Barkley. If you are afraid of failure, you don't deserve to be successful. That is all. Thank you to all our great heroic listeners. Enjoy your week. Enjoy the basketball, and go Blue.